What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Three-Sided Box Prediction Center here for the NFL Week 10. We are almost we're gearing into the stretch now. These are the really important games. This is where teams are defined as playoff contenders and playoff pretenders. This is the crucial games. For all of you who do not know, I am your host David. This is Michael. All of the picks are listed down in the description below, so if you want to skip to your matchup that you're interested in or hear what two idiots have to say about a game we don't know much about, and when I say that I mean we're just dumb, click away at whatever times are there listed with each matchup for the week. With that, let's jump into Week 10, Thursday Night Football. Seahawks going into Arizona to play the Cardinals. Who you got?
Man, you just can't go against the Seahawks, man. They're playing the Cardinals, who, by the way, apparently David Johnson might now be ruled out for the rest of the season.
Nice.
So,
thank God they got Adrian Peterson.
Exactly, I don't think that's a bad idea considering they have Adrian Peterson, and it'd be great to like rest him up because he's had a really heavy workload the past 2 years. So rest him up. But even with him, I would still pick the Seahawks. Russell Wilson is truly, you know, I think he epitomized what a franchise QB looks like. You know, bad defense, still good. Bad offense, and still carrying that, you know, that load. You know, no O-line, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
I'm gonna get to the Seahawks too, but mostly just because the Cardinals are shitting the bed for like the second year straight, and I don't know what's wrong with that team because on paper they're pretty fucking stacked. So I don't know what's up. Mind you, Carson Palmer was the biggest problem. It's not as big of an issue, the quarterback now with their backup, but I mean, he's still a backup, so, you know, maybe not as many turnovers, but they're not running the ball down the field as much either. So we both got the Seahawks onto Sunday's matchup.
Alright, so for our first Sunday night matchup, we got a classic rivalry here. We got one of the oldest rivalries in the book. Mm-hmm. We got an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers heading into, according to you, the great city of Chicago, and according to Johnny, the great city of Chicago, that only produces championship teams like the Cubs.
How good does it feel to just say it? You finally said it.
You know,
you should have said allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
But you didn't, because they do win.
Go ahead.
The Packers obviously still don't have Aaron Rodgers, and there's a lot of questions with that team. I'm gonna give it to the Bears. Their head-to-head matchup, I think the Packers finally this year have surpassed them in wins, because this is a very historic matchup. I think the Bears are going to tie it back up again. I'm going to give it to the Bears this week.
I'm the same about the Bears, but I don't know. I just I dislike that city, so I'm going to go with the Packers on this one. I know that they're kind of in shambles without Aaron Rodgers carrying the load, but I do think that defensively they do have the power to completely shut down the Bears. Even though the Bears have been playing, you know, decent throughout the whole season, you know, they've been in games, to say the least. But I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one. I think that they're just a little bit better.
Thank God I didn't drop Martellus Bench from fantasy, by the way.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God. Next game. Next up, we got pretty close to a relevant bowl, I guess. We got the Browns heading into Detroit with the Lions. Who you got?
Lions, the Niners and the Browns are on the race to see who could
fail for nail.
Match the Lions' complete ineptitude of 0-16. That just like that will be.
Are they both playing the Lions? That'd be pretty funny if the Lions were part of the 2 0-16 seasons.
That would be pretty funny.
That'd be very poetic.
That'd be poetic. Yeah, exactly. So Lions.
I got the Lions too. It's not much of a question. Browns are the Browns. Next game.
Next up, we got what should be a classic rivalry, but is not anymore. I'm talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into Indianapolis to play the Colts, the lowly Colts. Who do you got?
Another easy one. Steelers, Colts are in shambles. Andrew Luck shut down for the year. Jacoby Brissett, not a bad backup by any means, but the rest of the team sucks. So Steelers.
Yeah, the Colts just build their teams the wrong way. They have a quarterback, and then they just build from like skill positions, and where you're supposed to build like solidify your defense and your fronts and build outwards. So easy win for the Steelers here.
Yeah, easy win. Next game. Alrighty, what formerly used to be a relevant bowl has somewhat not become that. The battle of the southern teams with nice weather. I'll say San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers heading into Jacksonville to play the Jags. What you got?
Man, the Jags defense. I said at the beginning of the year they're going to be one of the more improved units in the league, and they're not only one of the most improved, but they're one of the best. They could shut down anybody. I think they're going to be able to pass rush against Rivers, and I think they're going to be able to shut him down. And honestly, I expect like 2-3 picks from Jacksonville. Probably 1 pick six.
Yeah. Well, so you're being the Jags.
Yep.
Well, I'll pick the Jags too, but just weird saying that. But they're a wild card because they don't have a quarterback who's gonna play well every game or an offense in general. But it's mostly their quarterback that's the issue, at least in my eyes. And their defense is. There's been games where they have played really bad this year. They've had those games.
Very few.
But it still happened, and that's not the best status yet. So they're a work in progress, but we'll see what happens. Jags for both of us. Next game.
Next up, we have what should be an irrelevant bowl, but isn't for whatever reason. We got the white-hot Saints, who I think have won 6 straight games.
Yep.
And are the only team in NFL history to win 6 straight games after losing their first 2. Going into Buffalo.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, they're going into Buffalo, play the Bills, who are kind of a roller coaster up and down. Could look amazing, playoff contender to the Bills that we all know.
The last 2 teams to start off 0-2 and then win. They're like, so I guess maybe it's 5. Maybe you read a newer stat before last week.
Yeah.
But won the Super Bowl. It was the Giants. I don't remember which Giants team it was. I think it was the first Giants team.
They went 0-4.
Okay, but and then there's another team that also went 0-2 and won, but I can't remember which one. And regard, I'm gonna pick the Saints because that time of year for Bills fans, and although they're kind of bucking that trend a bit, I still think that they're gonna get their shit given to them because teams are still underestimating the Saints defense and their running back Kamara. My God, that Adrian Peterson deal looks good for both teams right now, so I'm gonna pick the Saints.
Speaking of Kamara, I wanted him in the Raiders. He can catch the ball, which is exactly what they're using him as. Kind of like almost like a Le'Veon Bell type of guy.
Darren
like
Sproles.
Yeah, Darren. Yeah, like a receiving back. He could also run the ball very efficiently, but they're also using Mark Ingram for that. So they have fresh running backs. Drew Brees, obviously, top 4, quarterback in the league.
All time, even maybe.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Saints too. But it really depends. I could see the Bills winning this game, but it really depends.
It's in Buffalo, so maybe because it's cold weather.
Exactly.
But if it was in New Orleans, it's a guarantee.
And it's pretty cold. Like right now,
it's pretty cold.
It's pretty cold. So you never know. But I'm gonna go with the
cold.
Saints. I think if anybody's prepared, it's Breeze.
Next game. Speaking of irrelevant bowls, we got a big one this week. We got the surprising, not the worst team in the league, Jets, going against the really bad Bucks, who can't eat W's apparently. They don't know how to do that. Jameson, you should worry more about your play and not being a retard starting fights so your teammate basically jumps somebody else and worrying more about your game instead of W's. So regardless, who you got?
Man, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's such an odd year, but I'm going to go with the Jets on this one. They have a lot of continuity going. They play good defense. They just feel motivated. I don't know what's up with them, but
I just think they just don't want to be known as the worst team because they know that that's what they are.
Yeah, on paper they're probably
they're the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
talent-wise, they have. I can't name you anybody on their team.
Defensively, it's still there, but you thought with all the problems that they have, they're going to be in shambles. So I don't know what's going on. Good for Jets fans. Good for the Jets organization as a whole.
And you're better than the Giants.
And you're better than the Giants, which is very surprising too. Not
so
for
you got the.
I got the Jets. Bucks really are. I mean, I'd honestly say the Bucks are a more disappointing team than the Raiders this year, and that's that's very hard to beat.
Especially with getting Deshaun Jackson and having a decent draft and having decent expectations of Winston this year.
And wide open division.
I'm gonna pick the Jets as well. I can't believe I'm saying this. And I will say this too: if the Bucks lose, I'm not saying it's time to reset, but it's time to rethink what the plan is for that team, because maybe you got to move some pieces, maybe some important ones that you didn't necessarily thought you had to, or maybe new coach. I don't know what it is, but something needs to change if you lose to the Jets. Next game.
All right, next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings heading to Washington D.C. to play your rival,
The Redskins.
The Redskins.
I'm picking the Vikings, and the biggest reason being, besides my completely unbiased hate towards the Deadskins, because I actually don't, that doesn't exist, especially not on this channel. I never speak from my heart. It's always straight up analysis and facts and pure analytics of football. Yeah. I'm going with the Vikings because fuck the Redskins.
I know the Vikings too. They're leading division. I don't think they're going to let it slip against the lesser opponents.
I will say one thing though. The Deadskins did win in Seattle, and I didn't expect them to do that.
Yeah.
That was pretty surprising. Their wide receivers woke up. But was it for just one game? Who knows? Who cares? Next game. Next up, we got the Bengals heading into Tennessee to play the Titans. Kind of irrelevant bowl.
Kind of.
Two disappointing teams this year.
Even though Titans are leading their division, I think.
They are, but by a slim margin, and you also have to understand that that division is in shambles. The Jaguars are an on and off team. The Texans,
they used up their luck in the World Series. Let's be honest.
And
Deshaun Watson got injured.
But even with him, they were still losing games. They were 4-3 with him. They weren't winning all their games. He was playing well, but he wasn't winning games for them. And of course, the Colts. We all know the complete chaos that team's in. Who do you got?
I go with Titans on this one. The Bengals are basically useless against a team with a decent defense. This should be their opportunity to win, but I just think that the way the Titans play with their clock management, they're not going to have a lot of time to play catch-up if they're down, unless their defense really causes a lot of turnovers, which it can, but I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I think Mario's going to have a decent game. I think they're going to be able to run the ball efficiently and get those crucial first downs to extend those drives to win a close one.
I'm going to pick the Titans too. After that AJ Green UFC, WWE thing that he had with Jalen Ramsey.
You can tell he's fed up of being there.
Yeah, the guy is, whatever.
Get him out of Cincinnati.
I don't know what else to say.
Bring him to the Raiders.
No, bring him to Philly. We both got Titans. Next game.
Next up, we got the Houston Deshaun Watson-less Texans going into Los Angeles to play the Rams. I was thinking of an adjective I could use and nothing came to mind. So
surprisingly good.
Surprisingly great.
I don't know what great. We're yet to see them hit.
I love their head coach, and I love their defense coordinator, and I wish the Raiders were to get those when it mattered most, because we wouldn't have these problems.
Anyways, I'm gonna go with the Rams. The Texans without Deshaun Watson are not the same team. Not only they're missing him, but they're also missing J.J. Watt. And like I said in the pick before, they weren't winning games even with Deshaun Watson there. Like, they weren't like overpowering teams. They were winning games, but they weren't like destroying teams. And the Rams are kind of like the Eagles right now, riding hot, surprising a lot of teams, and showing that the young quarterbacks of last year's draft, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, are the top two picks and deserve to be it. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. Props to you guys.
I'm gonna go with the Rams too. I do like Houston. I like their team, but the Rams, like I said, I love the way they're playing. It's like 1 week at a time. They know that there's a job at hand. There's never controversy surrounding this team. There's never they're just all in. They bought in completely to to their head coach, to their defense coordinator, to their offense coordinator, everything. I love it. I love it, and I wish them nothing but the best going forward. So Rams for me too.
Next game. And of course, with another 4 o'clock game, the Dallas Cowboys and the Falcons.
They must be happy about that.
Yeah, what a big surprise, everybody. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with the Falcons in this one. Cowboys are missing their star running back Zeke Elliott to suspension that
Hopefully stands this time.
I think
literally he's gonna be warming up and like, yeah, you could play. By the way,
no, but I think it can only be appealed in like December or something. I don't know. It's odd. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Even though they've been struggling a lot and disappointing a lot, especially their offensive coordinator, I think they'll get the win this week. Cowboys. I mean, it's really a test of Dak Prescott this week. Can he carry the load and win them a game without their star running back? So we'll see how it goes. I got the Falcons.
I'm obviously going to pick the Falcons too. My analysis of the game, though, however, will be Jerry Jones will walk into that brand new stadium for the first time, see how crazy it looks, tear down the stadium they currently are in, the Cowboys, and build a brand new one, because that's the type of egotistical maniac he is. Everything he has needs to be bigger and better than everybody else's. But little do you know, Jerry, everything you have fucking sucks. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it's better. Next game.
Next up, we got a super irrelevant bowl. We got the New York Giants and San Francisco to play the San Francisco.
So the Super Bowl is a super relevant bowl. This is the opposite. This is where you get the trophy for being the worst team in football. The Browns could not participate in this, as football is only 2 teams playing against each other at the same time, not 3. However, the NFL should have made an exception. I'm picking the Niners to get their first win of the season because there's so much going on with this Giants franchise. The anonymous player coming out saying Ben McAdoo's all in for himself. The guy's throwing his players under the bus. He couldn't even lie about giving his team a prep talk. A reporter asked him, so what did you say at halftime? He's like, no, it was one and that was it. It was a silence.
Nice.
So the Giants, as much as I would love to see a 49ers 0-16, I would find it even funnier if the winless Niners, who can't get anything going for them, were to beat the fucking Giants. Fuck the Giants. I'm going for the Niners. Who do you got?
I'm actually going to agree with you here. The Giants, there's just so much controversy surrounding that team.
I love it.
They don't have a leader. They obviously...
They might bench Manning. The game he would tie his brother Peyton for most consecutive starts in the NFL, which is an NFL record. How selfish can you be to not give the guy the start? Maybe bench him if he fucking throws 3 picks, which he probably will. But give him the start. He's going to tie the record with his brother. How can you even think about not giving him, no matter how much you suck?
I don't know.
Let him just take 1 snap and then throw him on the bench. Just for a stat, dude. Anyways, you're picking the Niners. I'm picking the Niners. Fuck the Giants. Next game. Sunday Night Football.
Great matchup, finally.
It's actually not a bad one, but it definitely could be much better. Patriots at Broncos. Mile High, where Brady struggles for some reason. What do you got? By the lack of oxygen.
Yeah, you know, that unfair advantage. But anyways,
guys, you should move because Michael's not happy.
Anyways, I got the Patriots in this one. I don't care where they are. The Broncos can't stop a tight end for their lives, and let alone they have to stop Rob Gronkowski and potentially Martellus Bennett too. I mean, who I know has been dropping passes and playing really bad in Green Bay.
Why is he with the Patriots?
He is with the Patriots. He was claimed off waivers.
Did that happen before Thursday or after Thursday?
I have no idea.
Well, we might be living in the future.
Could be. Anyways. Whoops. Anyways, I got the Patriots in this one. I could never pick against Brady and Belichick against a division rival. No way in hell. So I'm going to go with the Patriots in this one. I mean, they gave up so many points to you guys.
Well, that's where I was going to start off with my points, that we blew them out, like we destroyed them. I'm picking the Patriots to win this game, but I'm expecting a bounce-back effort from their defense at least. At the very least. I know Osweiler's got the start again. They're going to give him the start at home, see how that goes. I think the Broncos are going to probably put up some points, but I think it's going to be close, because the Patriots defense is like kind of finally like waking up a bit and adapting, but I think it's going to be like a 28 to like 14 Like it's like they're gonna lose, but they're not gonna get killed. You know what I mean?
I don't expect them to get killed. They're gonna be motivated, especially it's the Patriots game. Like everybody knows that, you know, at least in Denver, only Denver could beat Brady and Belichick consistently. Blah 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 bullshit. Anyways.
Vance Joseph could have the time of his life though, and let's hope he does.
Yeah. Hopefully Sergio Dip will be.
No, he does Monday night.
Yeah, but hopefully they'll make an exception.
Well, you never know. Yeah. Let's move on to Monday night matchup.
All right, so finally we have our Monday night matchup. We got the Miami Dolphins heading into
two in a row primetime games.
Yeah, great job NFL. Going up against the Carolina Panthers. Go ahead.
This is a tough one. Tough one. We got the Dolphins, who are just another abomination of an organization. Hey, let's try Jay Ajayi away, because we want to send a message. I mean, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're all in.
I'm all for it. All right, my boy, the J Train, baby. Woo! Haven't spoken about our team because we're both on biases. We gotta get a little shout out there. However, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Why don't you send a message to Jay Cutler? You know, tell him, hey buddy, you fucking suck. Get out of here. You know. Anyways, I'm gonna pick the Panthers just because they seem to have finally gotten something positive going, and the Dolphins don't. They lost to you guys last week in their home stadium, which is weird considering how bad you guys have been playing this year. So, Panthers.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned trading Jay Cutler. I'm just gonna say
cut. No one wants him. Cut the guy.
Well, maybe the Bears would want him again. I know who would love that trade.
Yeah. Shout out George.
Yeah, shout out
George Katsouris.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Panthers in this one, as you said. Panthers have a lot to play for. I mean, I know the Dolphins aren't in a horrible spot. They're kind of like on the bubble of a wild card team, but still, it's not looking great. And the Panthers are competing for their division spot against the Saints, who could be just riding high. We don't know. So they have a lot to play for. I got the Panthers too. I think their defense is going to step up. And
can Cam get his head out of his ass on a consistent basis?
Definitely not. But we'll see.
Anyways, so that's our predictions for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your patience with us and dealing with two idiots and just having some fun with us. So smash that like video. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the video with your friends because we appreciate the love. And comment your picks down below. It's funny to hear what you have to say because either we look like idiots or you look like idiots. Either way, it's a win-win because we're all just having fun. So thank you so much again for watching, guys. We will see you all for Week 11 of the NFL. Enjoy the week ahead. And like I said, we'll see you next week. So take care.